I forget.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's what I was gonna say.
My dear Iris, I suppose that at this point it goes without saying that I will not be coming into work at the library for some time. I am sorry that I did not tell you when I was leaving the city. If it brings you any comfort, I did not tell my family either. Actually, perhaps you would not mind letting them know I am okay. I will write them a letter soon too, but I am not ready to tell them what happened yet. Actually, I am not ready to tell anyone, even you. I will one day, I promise. In the meantime, I am traveling with a very interesting group of people. They recently lost a member of the team in a battle, and I have agreed to travel together for some time. I think this is a way I can actually make these necromantic abilities that I have do some good. Maybe I can truly make a difference. I was able to give these people, they call themselves the Caravan, a last conversation with their lost member, a Felper named Stars of Emerald. Though I am used to helping the dead cope with their demise and fate, it is always harder to help those still living learn to do the same. We are traveling to Old Pashnu, the home of Azara, a cleric in the group who worships the astral star. They seek some ancient artifacts called Chaos Gems. This one seems to be known as the Heart Acorn. I am sure you'll have researched all about it before I can send you any more updates, and will know far more than I. We were attacked on the way north, though. A thresh spirit and its servants ambushed us, apparently created and sent to slow us by someone called the Moonlit King, a fey being who has stolen the Heart Acorn. The caravan was most effective in the battle. I have not really had to fight on such a scale before, and it was quite a sight to see how they all worked together. My parents would be impressed. We are taking a night now to rest before continuing our journey. Everyone just went back to sleep after Shaw, an amazingly terrifying fighter, woke us up to share a dream he had. Apparently, Shaw has no memory of their life before just a few months ago, but occasionally gets visions that may be some sort of memories. The information he was able to share makes Soren think Shaw may have some connection to a hero known as the Slayer, who did battle with a mighty dragon in Spelldoom some time ago. Soren seems exceptionally knowledgeable about legends and myths. I admit it is not an area I have had much interest in myself, but perhaps I should take one in the field if it would help us our quests as we travel. I suspect I will have plenty of time to keep up with my reading while we are on the road at least. If only there were more paved roads out here. It has naturally been a bumpy ride in my wheelchair. Zoida is doing her best. I hope things in the library are well. I am sorry that I will not be able to assist during autumn exams. Be well, meine Freunde. Affectionately yours, Oleander.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go. Hello, all you aquarium fish and genies who can cast wish. Good evening and welcome to Chromatic Chimera, where the story is made up and the XP doesn't matter. Welcome back to WovenRealm, a 13th Age independent broadcaster actual play. 13th Age is a D20 fantasy TTRPG published by Pelgrane Press. And you can use code Chromatic on the Pelgrane Press website for a discount on all 13th Age products. We return yet again to the converged realms of Everencia with our wonderful cast. AJ as Constance of Eternal Trust, the Azamar Paladin. Chris as Soren Silverthorn, the half-elf bard. Sam as Oleander Morgenstern, the spirit-born necromancer. Lucy as Izara Solaris, the half-elf cleric. And Noir as Shaw Emerald, the dragon spawn fighter. I am the one known as Puddins, or Alex, whichever you prefer. I'm the game master of this adventure and the oratory narrator for now. Now, thank you for joining us for this 8th episode of WovenRealm. And as you had heard from Thank You, Oleander, things were pretty wild where we left off. So after journeying for 2 weeks in the deep white wilderness through the pine timbers and rocky gorges, Azar is able to bring the party around the bend of the river. She forgot it wasn't always this way, but it's okay. You just past the Brock Tree Dam, there's a bridge that will get you where you need to go. You continue to pass pine and timbers and follow the rushing river. You see it just as you begin to hear the distant crashing of waves from the large stone dam. The land is built up around the dam that blocks the river off, restricting its flow. You pass by this feat of engineering, continuing to traverse the riverbanks of the White Wilderness until you reach the long wooden bridge across the river. If you have any RP you would like to have at this time, feel free. If not, I understand we just started.
Yeah, not just yet, at least.
All right. So after a few more hours of traversing the wilderness, you cross the massive stone bridge over the deep valley below. You eventually reach the quiet forest town of Brocktree. The town stretches along the shore of the lake and situates itself within clearings of the trees. A wooden wall and gates separates Brocktree from the wilderness around it. The town certainly has a look of a forest town. Dirt paths serve as the walkways through town, and most of the buildings are constructed from wood. It's by far not a village, but Brocktree is certainly smaller than Badger Creek. You feel warm as you enter the gates of town, the sun able to better provide its radiant warmth without tall pines to block the light. All right, I actually have we got a fun little map of the town here, up in the Roll20 spotlight hashtag. And so you're entering here from the east gate, on the southeastern side of the town. And like I said, it's not a big town, but yes, Bob and Apple's Cider House is a place that I came up with. So it's a nice place to stop and rest for sure. Resupply while on your journey to Bright Star. As you enter town, townsfolk do greet you as you enter. You pass by some guards, and there's plenty of buildings here to explore and plenty of places to look around. There's Bob and Apple's Cider House, which was pointed out. That's a nice place to get a drink. There's the Good Tree Pharmacy, the Brock Tree Blacksmith, specialty shops, market stalls, the Lakeside Inn, the Savlar Speakeasy, if that's your style. Dear friends, where would you like to go first in the town of... Oh, and there's also an Astral Star Temple, and it's big, and you notice it. And when you look at the temple, there's a collapsed hole in the roof. That's kind of odd, this large, like one of the only stone buildings in town. It's got a big hole in it.
Well, we need to go there right away.
How did I know?
I see a place called Glenn's Sugar Den, and I am going to avoid it at all costs.
For Constance.
Yeah, that could mean a lot of things, so I don't know.
I know, I want to check it out. I'm curious.
If it sounds like look, if it has sugar is bad. It will make you sick and poison you.
Poor Constance, baby.
Poor
Does
baby.
it look like there are rooms going at the cider house, or is it just a cider house?
There might be rooms at the cider house, but you also have the Lakeside Inn as well, if you want to secure.
I can't read.
No, it's okay.
Right on top of the speakeasy. Would you look at that?
Well, there you go.
Well,
Let's head for the inn, I think, to drop our stuff off first, and then I want to go to the temple.
Sure. I think that's a good idea.
I personally could really use the pharmacy, and I'll just lift up my shirt to my radiation. That's like...
That's maybe a good idea, yeah.
At least it
Sure,
ain't
it'll be
low,
fine.
though.
That is true. If I start glowing like Constance, somebody tell me.
It is not bad to glow, is it?
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with that. Oleander's
certain kind
hair
of
also glows a little, so.
It's only bad to glow if you are not meant to do so.
If you
I
glow
believe
green,
I
it's
am
not
meant to do
great.
so.
Yes.
Oh.
Soren, I don't believe, is supposed to.
I have like a different type of glow, I've been told, but this one, I don't think it's natural.
am I the only one here that don't glow?
Apparently.
Apparently.
Oh my god, I'm the only one here that don't glow.
I mean, I don't glow all of the time.
Oh, well, I don't glow any of the time.
You also spit fire, though. which
This is
does glow.
true. None
So,
of
I
us
mean, that's
can
kind
spit
of
fire.
glowing.
That is what makes you a unique individual and special.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, that's not what makes you special. The clairvoyance is obviously what makes you special, but that makes you special-er.
Yeah, we are all very special. Should we get a room or something?
Yeah.
I'll take a
Alright.
couple.
So you're having this conversation as you're walking through town, passing by some townsfolk. You know, they smile and wave like good Midwesterners do. You make your way to the Lakeside Inn. You have to kind of climb some, either you have to climb some wooden stairs or take the ramp up to get in, as the speakeasy is on the first floor. And you enter the inn, and there's a concierge to greet you. This large half-orc fella, kind of got scruffy sideburns, wears like a white shirt with the popped collar, and kind of has like the car dealer's visor on to keep the sun out of his eyes. Can I help you?
I believe we are looking to secure some rooms.
All right. How many rooms?
There are 5 of us, yeah?
Yes, but I'm willing to share a room.
I can bunk with you.
Excellent.
Oh, 4 rooms then, unless, I don't know, and she, makes a finger between Soren and Shaw.
I normally... Never mind, you'll learn. I need my own room.
Okay, well then.
Well, I suppose I'll get my own room as well then.
Oh, okay. One
For-
silver piece a night.
How long are we staying?
Let's start with just the one night, and then we can reevaluate.
All right. Speakeasy's downstairs. First round's on the house. Tell him Boogwin sent you.
Well, thank you kindly, Boogwin.
Of course. And he takes this puff from this big old cigar that he's got. Oh yeah, I should show you to your rooms, huh? And he just kind of gets out of this creaky wheelie chair and kind of saunters over, grabs some keys off the hooks in the back, and kind of comes out from behind the counter, brings you down the hall. The elevator's over there. It's still in service, but you gotta press the button a little harder than usual.
Oh, thank you.
And laboratories are down the hall and to the left. And your rooms are right here. And there's on the doors, there's just these cutesy lakeside, there's one's got a boat on it, another one's got a fish because they're the Lakeside Inn. And Boogwin, this is perhaps the most accurate depiction of a worker in a fantasy TTRPG. Boogwin is just, he's so over work. He just wants to clock out and go home and play with his dog like the rest of us. And so
Boogwin is all of us.
yes, and he just kind of tosses the keys to you. All right, well, enjoy your stay at the Lakeside Inn. I'll be at the counter if you need anything. Ring the bell if you get hungry.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Boogwin.
Of course not. And he kind of smacks a sign on the way down. Don't forget the rules. And on this, it's no fighting. Clean up after yourself.
It's just don't be a dick.
Yeah, and then that's the third one. Don't be a jerk.
You know, I believe I will definitely take up that Mr. Boogwin on a round in the speakeasy. I do feel like I have some trouble sometimes communicating things very well, and being able to speak easier would be much would be very helpful.
Oh no.
I've got to see this.
That's not what a speakeasy is.
Not quite.
Constance.
I mean, it's kind of a metaphor, but
I suppose
you know,
in theory.
if you have a good enough rounds, then yeah, you will speak much easier.
I mean, definitely, you say some stuff you can't take back.
Well, we should get some drinks and food, perhaps.
What time is it about?
It's probably like the afternoon. You got time to kill.
Okay, do a late lunch and then head for the temple.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes, I need to tell you all that I'm going to explore every single place here. They all sound really fun, so I just wanted you to all know before we leave.
Ooh, I do love exploring. I shall join.
All right. We'll steer clear of the sugar den.
Oh, yes, please. Or I
Anybody
shall wait
finds-
outside.
If anybody finds a place to fight, just let me know.
Well, not here. Clearly. I tap the sign.
Don't make me tap the sign.
I'm probably too short to reach it, so my mage hand taps the sign. It's just this creepy skeletal hand. All right,
Zara
well,
gives the skeletal hand an uncertain look.
I ignore you and just start making my way towards the lift, also making the hand zoom that way and just like hitting the button over and over again until it comes.
The hand has to like kind of punch it a little bit to get it going. And the lift takes you down to the speakeasy. And they've got curtains for the doors at the speakeasy. And there's this rather shifty looking lizard folk standing at the front of the door. These like dark blue scales flecked with like black. And he kind of just like flicks his tongue at you as you're kind of coming close. All right, who sends you?
Herr Bugwin, I believe.
Ah, yes, okay. Welcome. First round's on the house. And he just kind of opens the curtain, and there's this... It's the coolest fucking place ever. This
Yeah.
place is lit. They've got like a band in the corner, like a whole band of bards playing all sorts of instruments in this jazzy-ish style. You got fancy looking dancers up on a stage dancing to the music. There's all kinds of food going around, and there's just barrels and barrels of booze.
I would like to know, where are the rounds beginning and when, and how do I participate?
Oh, it is not that kind of round. It is rounds of drinks, Constance. You have not been out much, have you?
Out where?
Anywhere.
No.
That's what I thought. Okay, well, let's get some drinks then.
All right, so you make your way to the counter, and behind the counter, someone, it's two halflings. One of them sitting on the other's shoulders, and they wear like this large coat over themselves. And they're like tossing drinks up to each other as they're like mixing them, and like one will like shake it, toss it up, and catch a shaker. The other, like the bottles the other one's catching, pour them into a shaker, throw the bottles up, catch a thing. It's like the speakeasy makes like the drinking experience much more fun than the average tavern.
I love them.
And like they're kind of juggling. They're like, yeah, what can we get you? What can we get you? What's it gonna be? Sex on the beach? What you want?
I don't know what my companions want.
Water.
I mean, I'm flattered, but I just met you.
Okay, well, sorry, we don't exactly have this thing called water in the speakeasy. Kind of banned if you catch my drift.
That's healthy.
Well, yeah, it's got to be hard cider because one of the water things went bad. Town ordinance.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, there's that weird mushroom grove that started seeping into the river. Game warden told us no more water from the wells, so we're just gonna have to go with hard cider tonight if you want water. Sorry.
Is there anything non-alcoholic?
They kind of stop for a second, bottles clanking to the floor. Hey, boss, we got something without booze in it! And this large, portly ogre comes out. He's got this stained apron, a big ol' floppy hat. And he's got like a little bow tie around his neck. Who's asking for non-alcoholic beverages?
That would be me.
All right, sir. We'll get you one cranberry juices right away.
Thank you.
All right, and anything else for anyone else?
I want the grossest thing you have.
All right. That's gonna be blood of thine enemy coming right up, lizard folk favorite. And he starts ringing a bell. It's like Malort in Chicago.
I'm doing the blazing challenge right now.
I would like the exact opposite of what Soren has ordered.
Yeah, pretty much whatever you have that passes for red wine would be great.
All right, then Ilandi Red coming right up for you,
Danke.
shiny one. And for you, that is a funny looking dress. What I think is what's perfect for you is a tall glass of blueberry wines.
Sure, that sounds lovely.
Perfect. All right, and
Funny
for you,
looking dress for her.
Yeah, I'll have something strong. Whatever's the strongest thing you got, I wanna wrestle it down to the ground and defeat
all
it.
right. House moonshine it is.
Bring it on.
And all right, sir. If anyone needs anything, I'll be in the kitchens. And he just turns around, just kind of blows into the kitchen. And you just hear clanging, and he just starts throwing bottles towards the halflings, and they're catching them and just serving drinks. So you get your drinks, and you eventually can order food. There are plenty of delicious deep-fried options here because the halflings and the ogres go hard when it comes to making good food. So you can probably get some fried veggies, probably a slab of fried... They got fried boar for some reason. You know what? Heck it. They just do. And your drinks, Shaw, your drink it's like drinking fire. It's great.
Goddamn right. That goes down hard, boy. Wrestle that boy. Yeah. He's just drinking, going crazy.
All right, and Oleander, your wine is it's very good. It's definitely an import from far off in the east, but it's delicious.
Sweet. She doesn't complain about it, which is about as good as you'll get.
Thorin, give me a Constitution save.
Oh no.
All right.
Elena's just wrinkling her nose up, like watching you drink it.
4.
Soren, this is the most disgusting thing you've ever tasted. First, it's that metallic taste of blood. You wonder for a moment, perhaps, if blood was actually used in the making of this drink. And then it just gets worse from there. And it's not just a bad taste. It's like, when you have that bad taste that just lingers. Yeah, Soren, luckily you haven't started eating too much, and what you have to make a break for the laboratory, as the blood of thine enemy is not staying down.
Fair enough. I'll just come back and be like, I've actually tasted blood before, and that was somehow worse than just normal blood. So I don't know what they've done to it.
Oh, that's a classic lizard folk drink, friend. They got different taste receptacles or whatever. I don't know. We're not scholars. We make drinks for a living. And the halflings are just still juggling bottles.
All right. Well, while I'm on the subject, I would like to find the friendliest looking person that is not in my group, that is not named Constance, and go make friends with them.
All right. What does the friendliest person in the tavern look like, my dear friends? What would they look like?
Oh, boy.
Alex, it's just Carl.
But we already met Carl.
Well, it's just another Carl.
That's a different Carl.
Another Carl.
Oh, wait, no, even better. All right, Soren, you find
they're like the nurses.
a middle-aged halfling is kind of resting at one of the tables, nursing a nice whiskey on the rocks.
Oh, no way.
He's
I'm gonna bring him another whiskey.
He's got reddish hair. He's a little fluffy. Got reddish hair. He's got a rather fine shirt, and you bring him another whiskey, and he's just like, "Oh, hey there, that's mighty kind of you." Randy Swiftfoot at your
Yes.
service, and he sticks a hand out.
The name's Soren. It's a pleasure.
Say, are you in the business for either badgers or farms or grilling supplies, my friend?
I could be. I'm honestly not sure what I'm not really sure why I'm here. It's just a stop for us, so.
Yeah, me too. Where are you guys heading?
You tell me and I'll tell you. How about that? I already got you the drink, so it's.
I'm going home to Acorn to go be with my family. I just made a big grill sale.
That is great. So you're traveling salesman, just completely
sometimes.
brushing past where he's going and hoping that he doesn't notice.
Got a lot of kids at home, got a lot of mouths to feed. Sure, my daughter might be the Duke of Balin, but doesn't mean that we get free meal tickets.
I like that. Oh man, I don't know. Well, that is great that you made a sale then, I suppose. How many mouths do you have at home then?
Oh jeez.
One's out of the nest.
AJ, how many plus Nettle? I don't remember.
I think there were 9.
Yeah. So Randy kicks his feet up. Yeah, I got 9 kids, 8 at home, and then there's always the missus. Gotta keep her happy.
That is far more than I ever hoped to have, sir.
And you notice when he kicks his feet up, there are socks and sandals on.
Yes. Now that is a good look. I'd love to get me a pair of those while I'm in town.
He kind of wiggles his toes. Oh yes, these bad boys, these will protect your feet from anything and keep them nice and toasty.
I kind of pride myself on, fashion and looking nice, but I've never come close to that.
My kids think it's funny, this look. Now I get to tell them I met a man who said that this is the height of fashion. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Soren Silverthorn.
All right, I'll have to remember that. Soren Silverthorn said that this is the height of fashion.
Oh no, actually, I just hope that not all of your children have heard of me, especially if they're a duke. I haven't been the best guy, Randy. I'll be honest with you.
Nettle's a very understanding woman, very rational. I'm sure if you explained yourself, she'd hear you out.
So we're talking pardons now, of sorts.
I don't deal in the politics and stuff. I got a farm to manage.
All right. Well, I know you said you're just passing through, but any rumors, gossip around town? Anything going on?
I'm sure you saw the hole in the temple roof, and heard about that old mushroom patch up by the river. I'm sure you've heard the same already, though.
All right. Yes. We do have a devout over there, so we probably will be checking out the church, and I'll just kind of point to it.
Good luck getting in, because they're not letting anyone in. I tried to go and get my prayers in, but got turned away.
Really? Well, it's not our first church we've had to sneak into, so.
Well, I've got a feeling this one's not as easy to get into. Those monks there, they're pretty protective of what they got in there.
All right. Well, Randy, it was an absolute pleasure. I wish you the best. Tell your Duke child that put in a good word for me, just in case. I know you don't deal in the politics, but you never know the favors you might have to cash in.
Well,
someday.
sir, as long as you let her know that socks and sandals is high fashion, you've got yourself a deal.
I'd be willing to go to bat for you there, Randy, and I'll just shake his hand.
If you're ever in Acorn, stop by Swiftfoot Farms. I'm sure Molly and I could put you up.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I wish you nothing but grill success.
Oh, there's nothing but success in the grill business.
It all comes down to the sandals, and I'll just walk away.
Perfect.
Well, I made us new friends if we're ever passing through a little town called Acorn, but...
Well, that is useful. I don't know anything about Acorn.
It's a nut, I believe.
Well, I mean,
Oh, we
I
are
know about
looking for those.
acorns.
We
I
are
think we're
for
looking
that.
for a particular nut.
But it was also called an acorn.
See, now you're getting all these connections. That's why I was hard at work over there. It might have looked like I was drinking and talking, but there's a lot of good stuff getting done over there.
I'm sure.
Is everyone finished eating? Can we go now?
My new friend Randy said that they're not allowing people in, but I told him that it was really no problem because we've busted into a church before.
Probably not information you should be sharing so easily, but...
True.
What is it about churches that they're making it harder to get into? I thought the whole point was that you're supposed to have people come in.
You'd be surprised what some of them have kicking around in those old vaults. Should we get going? Oleander's just moving along now.
All right, so Oleander leads the charge out of the Savlar Speakeasy. So you make your way to the temple. Sitting upon a hill surrounded by maples already going red is an old temple and monastery devoted to the astral star. The temple acres sit comfortably. It sits comfortably, kind of in the middle of town, but it's a little secluded by the garden that it has around it. The path leading to the temple looks a little in disrepair, but you are in the middle of the forest. The roof is collapsed and caved in what is normally a busy area alive with folk you would think coming and going is now secluded and quiet, as townsfolk seem to almost avoid the place. Lining the pathway that takes you through the vine-covered trellis that leads you to the temple are small statues representing the 13 constellations, otherwise known as the aspects of the astral star. You walk through a garden as you begin to smell the flowers and hear the birds chirping. You reach the large temple, the wooden doors to the stone building closed shut. You feel the wind tugging at your clothes as you wait.
You want me to go try to schmooze the guards? What's our plan here?
Oh, well, you are incredibly good at schmoozing.
Thank you.
I mean, I will just, go up to the doors unless anybody stops me.
All right, I'll bail us out in a few minutes. I'll sit back. You guys enjoy.
There's a large silver-painted, six-pointed star on the door, and you use the knocker. And after some time, you hear some shuffling from the other side, and this rather old and greasy-looking monk pokes his head out. He's got that Gregory Rasputin look going with the wild beard and kind of just the hair everywhere, dark hair, dark beard, and he wears these rather dirty robes. And he's definitely got that disheveled look about him. Oh, yes, our visitor said you would come to the temple. I am Abbot Greenharper. And he extends this bony hand to you. It's got liver spots and, just definitely not a hand you'd want to shake.
She'll shake it. She looks a little bit horrified to see someone who's faithful to the astral star in a position of power comporting themselves in this manner.
And I see that the star has brought us another faithful, yes?
Yes?
You wear the garb of Bright Star Abbey?
Yes.
Welcome then. What brings you to our House of the Star?
We are passing through this town on our way back to Bright Star, and I noticed the damage.
Ah, yes. You must be referring to when the visitor left his gift for us from the star.
Who is this visitor?
The visitor dressed in a cloak of starlight. Perhaps, if you come back another time, for we are deep in study and ritual at this time, and we should not be disturbed. We are trying to decipher our Lord's message.
May I ask what the message was?
We don't know yet. We're still trying to figure out. We're just reading the gift the star left us from the cosmos.
What was the gift, if you don't mind me inquiring?
It came from the heavens above. And he kind of references to the sky as if the night sky were above. So it surely came from our Lord, if it came from the stars in the glorious vault of the night sky.
All gifts come from the star in the end.
Ah, true faithful of the astral star indeed. And I think we questioned the loyalty of those in Bright Star Abbey at one point.
Did you?
Well, those of us in our circle here, you know, there are many different monasteries. We all have our own ways of doing things.
Yes, that is true. I imagine that's been quite a thorn in the abbess's side.
Oh yeah, all these different, like, because like that's what Old Pashnu is just all of these different, like, various sects of the astral star, just all trying to say their version's the better one.
But you still haven't answered.
What's the question again?
What was the gift?
We will show you in time. But first, kind of lifts up one of those bony fingers. We must decipher the gift ourselves before we share its glory with other astral star faithful. Can't have you running off to the abyss, spoiling all of our secrets just yet.
Why bother to keep secrets among the siblinghood of faith?
Because to give the abyss Bright Star an edge over our small abbey surely could mean the end of our fraternity of the faithful. I am merely watching out for my fellow monks.
Faith is not a competition.
Oh, well, you tell the abbess that then.
No
Come back.
offense meant to your order, but why would the abbess be interested in this?
Because it's a gift from the astral star itself.
Not the gift. I mean, why would she have any interest in shutting down your order?
Because the astral star has blessed us, and not you. And as he says that, he closes the door to the temple.
Azara looks mad!
Get dunked on.
Oof.
I did say before this session, Lucy, are you ready to hate your religion even more?
It's fucking excuse me!
Well, oh man, and that hits different now. That hits deep. Ooh.
Yeah. I guess Azara kind of stares at the door in white-faced shock for a minute. And she's like, oh, what the fuck?
So, are we gonna break in then?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This seems lovely.
All right, now are we gonna have people look around and try and do it the sneaky way, or are we good for me to just kick this goddamn door down?
Oh, I don't think force is probably the best way right now, at least. I just sort of like look around concerned at everyone else, like, oh, is this what we're doing?
Stealth might be the way to go on this one, at least for now. Constance,
You're kind of looking off in the distance as your friends are doing the big brain planning things. And you hear a clambering toward the western gate as you see people are running into town from the farmsteads that sit outside the walls.
Oh, my, I wonder what they are running away from. Party, should we all run away as well?
I think we kind of run towards if Shaw has his way, typically, so...
I mean, it's better to just address these.
Well, that is a problem.
Yeah?
I mean, it sounds like there's a fight there, so...
Yes.
I mean,
Should we use this distraction to get into the temple?
potentially. I turn around and slam on the door again.
oh, so we're doing it then.
No, good plan.
What? There's a flute, like, right next to the door. Oh.
You just keep knocking and no one's answering the door. Conk, conk, conk.
Jaw.
Now's the time? All right, go. I've been waiting for this. Okay, here we go. All right.
Disguise self.
Give me a second. Gotta limber up. All right. Okay.
And
Gotta
while
keep
he
it-
does that, I will turn and say,
Actually,
the Church of the
Astral
Astral Star offers sanctuary to those in need.
What was that, Oleander?
I was gonna say, we are in the Empire, right?
Yeah, you're in Empire territory.
Okay, then
right
I'm
now.
also disguising self before we go breaking into a church.
Constance
for
turns
reasons.
We're not breaking in, we're seeking refuge. That's the point of churches.
Oh, I'm breaking in.
Constance
Go
like
ahead and roll
turns
that
around.
strength plus background check.
Constance like turns around and sees that there's 2 new people and 2 of her friends are gone.
And there's still panic coming from the western gate as people are yelling about werebears and things.
Did
like
anyone
that.
hear me yell?
I don't know. They were deep in study and ritual and were not to be disturbed.
No, I meant like, are any civilians seeking shelter at the temple yet?
No, they're just running to wherever inside the gates.
Oh, hold on. Let me do that again because I accidentally added a modifier.
No worries.
Oh, oof. That's much less. 13?
So your boot just hits the door and doesn't go through. This is one
See-
sturdy door.
See, no, that one's on me. I kick from my knees and I need to kick from my back. That's the way it goes. See, when you kick it right, it's like this.
Well, it seems no one is taking us up on our offer anyway.
Perhaps we should run towards the werebear?
50, crack it.
15 will not crack the door either, unfortunately. And I will say, if you keep kicking on the door, someone's going to see you and be like, you can't do that.
All right, well, it was worth a try.
Okay.
Werebears.
We have to fight werebears, okay.
I mean, I suppose we don't have to.
Like, Shaw's just gonna linger there for 1 second, looking dejected. And before he joins out, he's gonna kick it one more time.
And when you kick it the second time and turn around, there's a sign that gets slung around the door knocker. Do not disturb in deep study and ritual.
They have a giant gaping hole in the ceiling, so I think we have other options.
Sure.
I mean,
So, as you begin to stride closer to what is causing the commotion, people are like, someone bumps into you, and they're all like, "Werebears in the farmstead, run!" And a small bell is tinging an alarm as the militia in simple leather armor, armed with spears, rushes towards the alleged assault on the farms. They quickly return into the town and begin closing the gate. It seems they were not equipped to deal with this threat. You hear the bear roars and growls beyond the gate as you approach. The last of the town militia slips into the closing crack of the gate as a large thud knocks against it. You hear the violent scratching and clawing at the gate that grows to a stop before you hear the creatures saunter back toward the farms. The terror in the eyes of these militia says everything it needs to about the situation that this town is faced with. One of the guards looks towards you, Clairvoyance. This guard approaches you. This one's dressed in a rather better armor than everyone, carries a sword at their side, probably obviously the captain. He looks you up and down, double taking at some of your weapons and nodding in approval at the fully plate-mailed up Shaw. He runs his fingers through a dark bristly beard flecked with silver. You lot there. And he kind of gestures towards you. Pray, tell me, you are looking to aid us, right?
You need somebody to fight that big son of a bitch over there?
If any of these werebears rampage through our farms, we'll have nothing left for the harvest, and we'll all starve.
All right, I'm your Huckleberry. Where they at?
how many of them are there?
We counted 4 or 5 of them is what the reports are saying.
Oh, that is a lot.
Are any of them going to, like, radiate me or anything?
No, no, you might get just don't let them bite you.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll shoot from afar if you all want to fight them.
I mean,
Yeah, y'all can stay on back and help me out from a distance. I'm about to wrestle these.
Have we had a full rest since the thrush battle?
Yes, I'll
have we?
say you have.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
you
Oh,
We
okay.
have? Cool.
Yeah, I'll say you have, because you napped and arrived in town and ate a full-ass meal.
We were traveling and I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
what's
no,
the
I'll
word
say...
on the fatigue? Do we still have that?
That'll go away because you had a full rest.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That goes away at full rests.
All right, so we have all our recoveries.
All right.
Sweet.
So, Shaw, the guard captain, slaps you on the pauldron. That's what I like to hear. I know a tough son of a bitch when I see one. And he goes, and it has the guards open the gate with the snap of a finger. All right, they're in the farmstead. Just kind of sneak in through the farmhouses and then get to them through there.
All right, you good people. I slapped him on the back, maybe a little bit too hard.
You good people too?
Right,
How much silver are we talking here, Captain?
We'll see what the sheriff says after we're done here.
I'll take it.
So you make your way into the farmstead. You follow the captain's instructions and you make your way through the farmhouses. And then, if you'll notice the Roll20, we have switched to the combat map.
Oh, man.
So, since you're sneaking up on the werebears, I'll actually just let the players as you go first and just tell me what order you want to go in, because you're getting the drop on the werebears kind of rampaging through the farm right now. Okay. Other notes to take, there are 2 stunts. One is the house climb, which allows you to climb up onto one of the houses. And then if you're on the house, you can jump down into an adjacent zone and make a melee attack onto one of these werebears or one of the any creature and make a rodeo takedown attack. It would be a -5 to hit, but if you hit, the target's left helpless until your next turn, leaving them open to coup de grace.
Jeez.
I would like to go if possible, so I can hit everybody with some buffs before they go out there.
Go for it. I'm okay with that.
Place yourself in zone F or E, barnyard or homestead.
Okay.
Barnyard or homestead.
Alrighty. Who wants to go next?
I could go. Sorry. Halfway through a yawn.
Constance will go second.
Yes, I would first like to activate my halo.
Wait, hold on. We're still getting the turn order put together.
Fine.
Oh boy.
I'll go after Constance.
Alrighty. Alright.
I'll go next.
Alright, then it'll be Oleander.
Sure, I'll go last.
I mean, you kind of want to wait till stuff dies anyway, right?
I'm the slowest anyway. It actually, really makes a ton of sense.
Sure.
Because I send Ida away once there's a fight, so it's just slow Oleander shuffling around.
So, unfortunately, I don't know. Who here is a lycanthrope expert of some kind?
Well, I read quite a lot.
All right, Shaw and Oleander. One of these is not a werebear. Shaw, do you remember Opera Kitty?
Yes.
One of these is a were screamer. So it's like a lycanthropic mountain screamer.
Yeah. That's gonna be a fun one to take down.
Yeah, sure will be. So with that, if we're ready, we can jump right into combat if we so desire. If you still need to do any preparations, feel free, let me know.
I don't think so.
Alrighty then. We'll go to the top of the top of the order will be Azara, it'll be Constance, Shaw, Soren, Oleander, the werebears, and the were screamer. Azara, you're up first. Constance, you'll be on deck.
I'm going to hit all my allies here with Shield of Faith. That is a +1 to your AC for this battle.
Alright.
Unfortunately, Soren, you are too far away.
Is that
the
like one of those
entire
weird...
battle?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
So it's Shield of Faith, how much armor?
+1.
+1 to our AC?
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
And then I'm going to try and climb up onto this building.
Which one? The
one that I am next to.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead, give me a strength or dexterity plus background roll.
I have nothing that would help me for this as a background. And I rolled a 5. So 9. I don't think I made it.
So, Izara, you attempt to climb up, find a good way up, and you fail to make the climb up the house. You kind of slide down. You don't get very far.
I probably haven't climbed anything, like a building,
Probably not.
in more than a decade, if ever.
Yeah, so, good attempt, but anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, that is it.
Alrighty. Constance, you're up. Shaw, you're on deck.
I would like to activate my halo, giving me +2 to all my defenses, and I don't want to take my entire turn to run and not be able to attack, so I'm just going to move to the thoroughfare and look menacing.
You also have a helmet that can cast Bless.
Oh, well then I do that.
So you
Is that
do
a
that
quick
and then run?
Yeah.
That's fine. So you have to say the thing.
Which thing? Where is
It's in
it?
the items tab under Archon's Roar. You have to say, hey, I gave you an item with an anime magical
you
anime
did.
girl
I'm just trying to
phrase.
find where it is.
You have to, the command word is Lion's Heart.
Lion's Heart, activate!
And the helmet lets out a... And Constance, you cast Bless. Lucy, what's the effects of Bless again?
I forget how many people it affects.
It depends. Is it cast for broad effect or for power?
Probably broad effect.
Okay, +1 to attack bonuses until the end of the battle. Choose up to 3 nearby creatures, including you.
Okay. I will give it to myself and Shaw and Azara.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Then Shaw, you'll be up. Soren, you're on deck.
All right, so I'm gonna have Shaw go ahead and move here. And we have to be in the same zone to attack, right?
Yeah, to engage them, yeah.
So if I dash, we should probably stick together. That's the key. All right, I'm gonna stay right here.
Alright. Soren, you're up.
I'm climbing that roof.
Go for it. Dex or strength plus background.
Okay. I don't really have any backgrounds, to be honest, but that's
fair.
14.
Let me check my notes. Not enough. So Soren, you're getting good footholds and everything, but eventually you don't have anywhere you can grab onto and get a good angle, so you have to kind of drop down.
Is that plus my level? It's a 15, if that matters. Or a 16.
It'll still be too short.
Well, I'm gonna shoot the window of the house that I'm next to then. In
Yeah, go for it.
And that's my turn.
All right. Oleander, you're up. The werebears are on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna move to the thoroughfare, and ranged spells that affect nearby effects extended to one zone,
Yeah,
right? That's
if
what
it-
we talked about?
Yeah, if it makes sense for it to be extended, it's extended instead.
Okay, yeah, because I was just gonna use like an attack cantrip for now.
Yeah, that attack cantrips make sense as
Okay.
extended.
Cool. So I'm gonna target this werebear with my Death's Gauntlet. Let's see if it'll hit.
All right. What are you targeting?
PD.
Okay.
So that's going to be 18 to hit.
Sure does.
All right. So that does 1d4 plus intelligence negative. So that's going to do 5 ongoing negative energy damage. So at the end of its turn, it's going to take 5 points of negative energy, like for the battle.
Okay.
But it can spend its standard action to try to stop it. Like Oleander throws out her hands, and it's like the spirits already floating around the area, like briefly manifest and start like swiping at this werebear, and it just feels this like chilly, ghostly touch going through it.
And it like kind of swats these large, like bear paw hands, these bear arms, because they have the right to bear arms.
Nice.
And they're
Thank you.
swapping. They're just kind of swatting at the spirits, but not able to get rid of them because they're ethereal.
Right. Yeah, so we can spend their standard action to put it out, essentially, but
Okay.
otherwise it just keeps going 5 at the end of their turn.
Sounds good. Wow,
And
good thing.
That'll be me.
I think it's the werebear's turn, huh?
Oh, good.
All right, so the werebears are just gonna come, they're just crashing into this zone. They kind of get down on all the fours and they kind of run forward, doing that like gorilla monkey run sort of thing with large bear claws. And they're just, two of them just kind of launch themselves at Constance.
Oh.
All right, Constance. Those are 2 natural 2s. That's not gonna hit.
Yeah, probably not.
So Constance, you kind of like hold your staff mace out to keep distance between yourselves and the werebears, like a lacrosse defense player, and you're able to kind of keep them at bay as they're swiping at you because you're able to smartly and tactically like keep the distance far so they can't reach you with their claws. They're just kind of like.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually kind of want to know how, like, long weapons like that would have reach normally would work with the zones.
13th age doesn't really differentiate with like weapons like that. They don't do a whole lot in terms of weapon properties. Something I'll actually have to kind of mess with.
I think they just get bigger damage die than, smaller weapons.
I think there is a feat that lets you do stunts with your polearm, but I'll have to look into that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. All right, Shaw, you're gonna be getting attacked by werebears. That's a nat 1, so that
Let's do it.
The other one is a 24 to hit.
Fuck, just got me.
All right, just got fucking Jesus.
And I haven't yet had a chance to enter my defensive stance.
That's gonna be 16 damage, and as the werebear claws at you, it grabs you in its claw, and it's kind of like holding you in its claw up in the air and like looking at you like King Kong style, like.
Nice. How much damage was that? 16?
16.
Okay.
All right. And with that will be the wait, hold on, I gotta double check and make sure. Okay, no. Okay. So you can, on your turn, you can save to escape from the bear claws. I will warn you, you don't want to be in his hands next turn. The Were Screamer's up, because that's a nice name for a monster. And it just kind of runs forward. That werebear that was poisoned that grabbed Shaw also took 5 damage at the end of its turn. And the Were Screamer runs up next to Oleander and just swipes out with a claw.
Whoops.
That will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, I'm very small and weak.
That's going to be 4 damage. So the Were Screamer just kind of runs up, kind of like the werebears do, but it's like mane is standing on end, and you even kind of see like static electricity crackle from it as it's like kind of like it just swipes out with a claw at you, and it hits, but it's not a deep cut. All right, and with that, we're at the top of the order. The escalation die is going to tick up 1.
I would like to activate my Invocation of Life.
What does that do?
My allies can add the escalation dice to 1 save this battle, but only nearby allies, so it's not especially helpful right now. Oh no, it's not nearby. It's anybody. Each of my allies can each separately add the escalation die to a single save made this battle. We do not die from hit point damage when our negative hit points equal half our normal hit points. Instead, we die when our negative hit points equal our full hit points.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else you're going to be doing this turn?
I'm going to Javelin of Faith that their Were Screamer. I'm targeting physical defense. Well, I got an 8, so I don't think so.
The javelin just kind of implants into the screamer, and it just kind of shoots its gaze at you and just kind of lets out a low growl.
Well.
Constance, you're up. Shaw, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm going over to kick some booty. Oh wait, they're all here already. Heck. I'm just gonna kick the booty of the person of the werebear closest to me and smite.
Sure.
I look away from the map for like 2 minutes, and everyone's on top of me trying to kill me.
Hey, Shaw's like kind of being like bear handled right now, so.
And I'm just growling at the bear that's growling at me, so it's just.
No, I growl better. 12
29?
Yeah.
No, 30.
What?
I rolled a natural 18 plus my strength plus my level, my strength modifier. Oh, wait, no.
And
so,
plus
sorry.
blessed.
Yeah, so strength plus level, so that's 5 plus 5 plus 4 for my Smite Evil Adventurer feat plus 1 for Bless.
Holy shit. Okay, do your damage.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Damn.
Time to turn up the heat again. Artemis, where you at?
If only I
Too
rolled this
soon.
well before. Please don't. 14 damage.
So holy shnikes. So you just take your staff mace and you spin it around and you say something about eternal trust and it glows brightly as you bring it onto the side of this bear and it kind of like ripples a little bit, like the slow-mo like as like it gets hit by the smite and the light just kind of explodes, leaving this like large radiant like burn on the side of the bear.
I'm gonna call that my Shining Retribution attack.
All right. Anything else, Constance?
No, I think that's good.
All right, Shaw. You're in the claws of a werebear right now.
Yeah. So I guess I have to make a save, right?
You can do that. Yeah, you can try and escape if you like.
Can I do something before the escape attempt to try and help me with the escape attempt?
What would you like to do?
When I roar back at his face, I would like there to be jets of flames that shoot
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
That makes sense. I'll allow it.
Alright. So that is I have to roll an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll just use my basic melee attack. Boom, first 24 versus his PD, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that'll hit. So,
2d8.
So Shaw, as you're growling at each other, you just go, and you just burn this werebear's face, and it just kind of just falls to the ground in a smoking heap after you get out of its claws and get done dusting yourself off.
Alright, so that was my quick action. With my main action, I'd like to turn around and hit the were-screamer
Go for it.
to get him to look at me. Let's see. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Only 8 damage though.
No worries.
And he's just gonna turn around after seeing Orlando get hit and cut down and go, "Look at me, you dumb son of a bitch."
Seems to have worked. Soren, it is your turn. Unless you had anything else, Shaw.
No, I was just gonna say that's my turn.
All right.
Alright, I'm going to run into Zone E, and I'm going to cast Sound Burst. I can only hit one enemy with it this time. I'm going to target the cat thing, and I rolled a 15 to hit.
All right. Let me check that real quick.
It is versus physical defense.
How much?
15.
So, unfortunately, that is just a bit short on the were-screamer.
Bummer. Well, that's my turn.
All right. There we go. All right. Let's see. Soren. Oleander, you are up, and then the werebears will be up.
Okay, so casting spells when you are engaged with an enemy allows opportunity attacks, is that correct?
Yeah, it does, actually.
I just wanted to make sure that I, understand the mechanic correctly.
Let me just double check that really quick, but I think you're right. That sounds very right.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna take it, but I wanted to know before I did it.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. It does
Okay.
incur an attack.
Alright, so I think Oleander is just gonna sort of hope that it's distracted by Shaw and try to back up into the, zone behind. And I'll just eat an opportunity attack.
Yeah, that's fine. I respect the decision. I do the same thing every time. That's gonna be a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
And that will be 5 points of damage as it kind of just swipes out as you're running away as it's turning towards Shaw.
Okay. I just sort of like, I just make like a pains like sound, and I'm gonna use that to cast Chant of Endings, which is going to affect the creature with the lowest hit HP.
All right, let me cycle through them real. Oh shit! Yeah, someone's dying.
That's an 18 on the die to hit.
Fuck yeah! What are you targeting?
MD.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're hitting anyway.
Sweet. That's a D10 in damage too. But I rolled like crap, so it's only gonna be 6 points of negative energy damage.
So you kind of let out this chant, and these ghostly figures kind of appear next to the werebear, and you just kind of hear like just slashing against the wind, and these spirits are gone, and you kind of just hear this deep toll of a bell as the werebear just kind of slumps to a bloody mess on the ground.
That'll be my turn.
Nice. The werebears are up. Constance, they're gonna be attacking you. A nat 20 will definitely hit and will get you grabbed. The other one's going to be a 16, so I'm guessing that won't hit. That you're going to take 11 points of damage as the bear just kind of grabs you in both of its hands and just looks down at you and just goes.
Well, that was very rude. You need a tic tac.
The were screamer is up, and it's going to use Sonic Yowl against Shaw and Constance.
So what does
That's
grab
gonna be-
do to me?
The bear can make a special attack against you when you're grabbed. And you can't really move anywhere. That is going to be 14 versus PD to hit with the Yowl.
No.
That's gonna miss.
It just kind of lets out this high, like, and like the static energy on the mane just kind of sizzles, and then it lets out this just. But you both remain steadfast and unaffected.
I just
As we
gotta
go
look
up-
at Constance and shrug.
All right, we are at back at the top of the order. Escalation die to Izara right before your turn. Here we go. It is becoming clear you're beginning to gain the upper hand against your Ursine foes. The werebears are certainly in rough shape, having taken quite a spanking from the caravan. You hear cheering erupt from behind the town walls as townsfolk look on with anticipation as to the fate of their farm and harvest. As the cheering dies down, and as you begin to steel yourself for the next charge, there's a moment of quiet as both sides regain their breath and take a moment before launching back into the bloody battle. You hear it from the top of a rooftop. A hoggish squeal pierces the air as a battle cry sends any birds left in the distance soaring for the sky. Sneak attack! And entering the fray is none other than Oinksbane the Deadly. As falling from above is the ugly cross of a man and a feral hog, 30 to 50 of them. Wild red eyes peer over a saliva-covered snout, tusks curling over the iconic pig snout. He wears a green scarf and dark leathers. His mane waves in the wind as he lets off a shot towards you with a copper-barreled revolver he points at you, Izara. And in the other hand, he holds a curved cutlass. And Izara, my dear friend, does a 14 hit your AC?
No.
So you're able to kind of magically block away the bullet. But as Oink's Bane lands, he's going to make an attack with the Cutlass of the Damned. Izara, that's going to be a 22
Yes.
versus PD. All right, so he comes down from above, and he's going to get to deal some bonus damage with the Cutlass of the Damned.
Goddamn Oinksbane.
That is going to be 5 points of damage total. 3 of it's going to be regular, 2 of it's going to be necrotic, as he kind of just slashes out with the Cutlass of the Damned.
Now, does that necrotic do anything special, or is it just...
Yeah, you can't be healed that for the rest of the battle.
Okay, how much was it?
That was just 2.
Okay.
And
Don't like that.
With that, Azar, you are up and engaged with this wereboar assassin.
So you said casting spells while in melee will cause an opportunity attack?
That is correct.
Shit. Okay. Well, first, Invocation of the Sun.
What does that do?
It means when I cast a daily cleric spell this battle, I roll a d6. If I roll less than or equal to the escalation die, I regain the use of that spell after the battle.
Fuck, okay.
I haven't had a chance to use it yet. And then I'm going to just take the attack of opportunity and cast Spirits of Righteousness or Spirits of the Righteous or whatever.
Izara, that's going to be a 29 to hit.
Yep.
I'm also going to need you to roll a hard save for me.
Oh god. I'm gonna add the escalation dice to this, so it'll be a 13.
That's not going to pass.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what happens to you later.
Cool. Anyway.
All right, you're going to take 5 regular, 1 necrotic, and 3 poison damage. As the cutlass says, this cut, this one hits the soul a little bit, and you kind of feel like something isn't right after the cutlass slashes through your garb. And Oinksbane just kind of goes, I'm Oinksbane the Deadly. You know it's time to die. All right, so you back up after eating the opportunity attack.
What was the total damage?
9.
Thank you. I'm bad at math.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make my spell attack against him.
Against Oinksbane the Deadly.
Yeah, I'm targeting mental defense.
Go for it.
This fucking spell never fucking works! Well, I rolled, hold on. Rolled a 5 plus my wisdom, which is 9, 10, 11, 12.
That will not be enough.
Yeah.
So what kind of attack is this? Like a spell?
Yeah, it's a spell.
So you try to get your spell to light up, and you're beginning to cast it, and you just hear a shot go off from Oinksbane as the revolver is just kind of pointing at you, and it missed, but it definitely distracts you enough from casting the spell.
Cool. That's my turn.
All right, Constance, you are up. Shaw, you're on deck.
All right. I'm gonna see that my squishy friends are being attacked by this scary bear boar guy. And I'm pretty sure Shaw can hold his own. So I'm gonna take the opportunity attack and try to run back and attack Oinksbane with a smite.
All right, so the werebears are gonna get in at aren't you grabbed?
Oh, am I grabbed? You're right. Okay, how do I get out of being grabbed?
You're gonna have to pass a strength save.
Okay. I forgot I was grabbed. I was gonna help. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll get you out.
Go. Was that a quick action or what was that?
Yeah, so you can pop out and you can run over to Oinksbane if you want.
All right. So whoever gets opportunity attacks on me, have fun.
All right, they will take their free swipies. That's going to be a 16 and an 8.
No.
So you kick yourself out from the bear's claws, and it's just they're both trying to claw at you as you're running away.
Okay, and now to roll for my smite and add a bunch of numbers. It's a crit fail.
All right, so you go to try and smite Oinksbane, but he takes the Cutlass of the Damned, and when the Cutlass hits your staff mace, the light energy just kind of dissipates from the dark energy of the Cutlass. And
that's everything. I'm just mad because I'm still like, if I got to add all my modifiers, I would still be in the teens.
All right, Shaw, it is your turn.
Okay, so I could try and be smart or just start wilding out. I think I'm gonna start wilding out. All right, I'm gonna attack the Screecher.
Go for it. The 23 would hit.
Okay.
But was that I don't know which ones you roll this turn.
I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I think the 13 is the new one, and I missed.
All right, so you go to hit the scream, and it just kind of grabs your sword in its large claw and throws it to the side.
I was gonna say I would like to, because I have a new thing here that I picked up. With this
All right.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I thought I had it. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I thought I got to hit again, but that's only if they miss me.
Okay.
So, I rolled a natural 6. So I don't even think I could get in my defensive fighting stance.
Oof.
No, I can't.
All right. With that, Soren, you're up. Oleander, you're on deck.
All right, I am going to get out my book and cast Story of Heroes on everybody.
All right.
The +1 to attacks. And then I'm just gonna get my gun out and level it towards Oinksbane while I'm reading my book, not even really paying attention to him. I'm gonna shoot, and I
Alright.
rolled a 27 to hit armor class.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Nice. How much is that? Ooh, that's a lot of damage too. It's 14 points of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Then I am going to. So I can't heal Azara, right? Do I know that?
No, she just can't be healed for the necrotic damage.
Okay. Azara, are you hurt besides that?
Yeah, I took 3 points total of necrotic and like 12-ish otherwise.
Okay. I will cast Pull It Together then, and you can use a recovery.
I appreciate you.
Soren, what does it look like
Healers
when you
gotta
say...
stick together.
Yeah, what does it look like when Soren says pull it together?
So he's like literally just reading his book, just not even looking at Oinksbane. You know, wings him in the shoulder. He's like, Azara, come on.
All right. With that, Oleander, you are up.
Hey, Oleander does not appreciate being snuck up on.
That's his MO.
Yeah, she just doesn't appreciate it. She had been about to summon some undead allies, but then looked around at the sound of people cheering and realizing that we are being watched by a bunch of people while in Empire territory. Maybe not the best idea to raise a bunch of skeletons in the middle of the town. So instead, she's going to back away because I'm not engaged into the barnyard. And I'm going to point at Oinksbane. And I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm already really sick of this. And I'm going to cast Unholy Blast.
All right. Oh, love, get back over here. I ain't been done with you yet, either.
That's a 23 to hit.
Versus?
PD.
Yeah, that'll hit.
18 damage.
Nice.
One of my big spells. So.
Nice. So, tell me what that looks like.
So Oleander goes and is like backing up while she's talking and holds her hand out. And her eyes go all black again, but you see as she has her hand out, her hand also is black, and those like creepy veins are crawling up her forearm. And it channels into, like, you know in an anime when there's like a sort of like evil looking magic where it's like dark with light around, you know, like the outside? That's what like her necromancy looks like.
Okay.
So it's just this really sharp bolt of like jagged dark energy that goes and strikes him right in the chest.
Oof. Oi. Yeah, that wasn't nice, love.
I'm like, I think you are done here.
Oh, no, Oinksbane's done what Oinksbane's done. Alright, and the werebears are up. They're gonna charge, one of them's gonna charge Soren and Constance, and one of them's gonna charge Shaw. Not the best idea, but I guess werebears don't make the greatest decisions. Shaw, that's just a 10, so I'm not gonna even bother having to see that.
Nope.
Soren does a dirty 20 hit.
Yep.
All right. You do not get grabbed. It did not get the natural to grab you. Soren, you take 9 points of damage as the bear kind of just barrels into you and just kind of...
Barrels.
Nice. Alright, Were Screamer is up, and will make an attack against Shaw. Shaw does an 18 hit.
Nope.
So Shaw, you're just kind of holding off a bear, holding off the Were Screamer. Alright, we're at escalation die 3, and it is now Oinksbane the Deadly's turn. And Oinksbane vanishes. And Oleander, from behind you, you hear the loud crack of a pistol. Oh, I love over here. That will be. Oh, so you didn't. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit. And I
Alright.
think Oleander kind of gets some really terrible flashbacks at this.
Do you have to try to kill all of Sam's characters?
No.
Seriously, Alex.
Look, you dealt 18 damage to Mr. Oinksbane. Like, he's not gonna just let that go.
Well, he sucks.
Well, that's gonna be 15 points of damage as the Confessor.
15? That's
Yeah.
all I had left. I'm at 0.
Good
shit.
mugger.
He blows on the smoke coming off the barrel. Oi, that's how you kill him dead, Oinksbane. Hey, Werebears, that's how you fucking do it. Zara, it's your turn.
Right,
Sounds
I'm
like
not
flashbacks.
engaged. I know this here person is very close to me, but I'm not engaged, correct?
The Werebear engaged both of you on purpose.
Shit. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm gonna go to Oleander. Take an attack of opportunity if you must.
Alright, and the must it shall for a Mad Fatty 12 to hit.
Not it will miss.
Alright, so as you run away, the bear kind of just swipes out at you, and you just kind of duck under it, and you're right next to Oleander.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. You may use a free recovery, Sam, and you get a
Thank you.
plus two, I think. Hold on. Double my level, so an extra 4.
Fuck.
Wait.
Oh, these fucking healers getting in my way.
Flip him up.
Danke.
You're welcome. And then I want to try and climb this building.
Go for it.
Natural 16 plus 4, dirty 20.
You can get onto the building.
Woohoo!
Describe what it looks like as you climb your way up.
I probably don't so much climb as parkour my way up because straight climbing didn't work so well for me last time.
Fair.
So I jump on a trash bin and then up onto the little structure where they have their compost and then scramble up onto the roof.
Fair. Alright, so you get your way onto the roof, and with that, Constance, you are up.
Alright, I am going to run towards Oinksbane, leapfrog over Oleander, and while I'm leapfrogging and my hands make contact with Oleander's shoulders, I cast Lay on Hands.
Alright.
So you get to use one of my recoveries, and
Oh, thank you.
Wait, so you would roll Constance's recovery dice, right?
I don't think it's. I think it just uses up one of my recoveries instead of their
Okay.
recoveries.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
And
Maybe
then add 10 to it.
Okay, sweet, because I rolled like shit. But thank you, because that helps a lot. Plus, we add our level to recoveries, right? Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do? Okay, that's what I thought.
These fucking healers!
So that just happens in the split second as Constance is leapfrogging over Oleander and runs towards the werebear, and will do another smite.
Upon Oinksbane the Deadly.
That's gonna
Oh,
be
thank you.
a natural 19 plus 10.
Yeah,
so-
that'll hit.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? 6 damage.
How much?
6.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Love. All right, anything else, Constance?
Nope, I used all of my actions.
All right, Shaw, you are up, and you are manhandling the were-screamer and a were-bear. You are muted, my
All
friend.
right, so I've been forgetting to add the escalation dice to my attacks, but
Woof.
yeah, ouch. I'm going to go ahead and attack the Screecher.
Go for it.
And what escalation are we on?
3.
3. Dope. That'll be a 27 to hit.
Yeah, and you deal 18 damage.
18 damage.
Yeah, tell me what it looks like as you take out the were-screamer.
It's gonna roar at me one more time, and I'm gonna roar at it, and this time grab it by the neck as I do, and they just shove the sword in its mouth.
Very nice.
And I would like to use cleave.
Yeah.
Look, I'm remembering my fighter stuff.
A classic.
And I'm going to continue roaring as I bring down the sword on this bear here.
Go for it.
Alrighty. Let me remember that it's 3rd. So 18.
That'll hit.
And then I just swipe at its neck.
All right, so you're able to get a good cut in there, and the bear kind of grabs the bleeding neck, and it just...
And,
Anything else, my dear friend?
I will put myself in my defensive stance because I rolled not like trash this time. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Soren, you're up. Oleander, you're on deck.
All right. Well, I am going to slip a stiletto dagger down my sleeve and try to stab this werebear.
Go for it.
All right. So 16 plus 8.
That'll hit.
Whatever that is, 24.
That'll hit.
Okay. So Soren is just gonna like kick dirt in the bear's eyes with one of his boots, and then just like as soon as he clears it, just dagger. And it only deals 7 damage, but I feel good about it.
No worries. So, but it looks cool as you do it. That's what matters.
Exactly.
Oleander.
And then
Oh, go
I'm gonna try to sustain my spell. That's a D12, not a D20. And that's a 2. So my spell fails, and I'm going to give Oleander +2 to her next attack.
Sweet.
All right,
Thanks.
Oleander, you're up. Speaking of.
So Alex, if I were to activate my cane, is that my standard action?
It's quick action.
Sweet. Okay. Then Oleander, I think, thoroughly freaked out after just getting shot in the back, clambers to her feet, and fair-like eyes are all black again, and she just turns to Oingsbane and lifts the cane up and says, I will not go back so soon. And, oh shit.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
So, okay. So, Oleander, this seeping cloud of shadows just kind of summons in from the cane, and you start just pulling from the darkness this scimitar crafted from bone and gray steel. It drips with inking shadow. It counts as a short sword, and you may wield it without penalty. It deals plus X necrotic damage, where X is equal to your necromancer's spell bonus from your con penalty.
Sweet.
And it will remain summoned for the remainder of the battle or until you fall.
All right, so I'm gonna move forward and actually try and take a swipe at Oingsbane because Oleander is pissed.
+2.
+2,
Plus 2.
so that's over a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet. And that's so I would okay, never mind. So plus the necrotic damage. Okay, so it's gonna be 5 plus 1 necrotic.
Okay. Okay, yeah, math is hard, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so you dig in with the sword, and Oinksbane kind of wrinkles the snout. I didn't know you had one too. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, but as I pull it out, I'll just sort of add, you can give Aoa my best regards when you see him next.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The bears are up. And one will attack Soren. Soren, that's a nat 20, so you're going to get grabbed. Dice. There they are. 26 points of damage.
I am dead.
Like, what?
I'm unconscious.
Oh, okay.
I'm negative.
You gotta be
not
careful.
dead. You can't say that.
Too soon.
I am
Too soon, man.
-3.
-3, okay.
All right, and the bear has grabbed the unconscious. The bear just kind of picks up Soren and starts slamming him on the ground, and that does enough to knock Soren out. With that, we go back. We're at escalation die 4, as it is now Winkspane's turn.
Friendly reminder to those unconscious allies, perhaps, that should you choose to do so, you can add the escalation dice to 1 saving throw this battle.
Also, don't forget you can fight in spirit.
Yes, you can fight in spirit.
I think
All right.
that's not if you're down. I believe that's if you're just not physically at a battle for some reason.
Huh?
Constance does a 29 hit.
Yeah.
Hard save, please.
That means don't add anything.
Don't add anything.
16.
How much?
16.
You made it.
Yes.
13 points of damage total. 3 of that will be necrotic.
13.
Yep. Oh, and Oinksbane also, since he hit the natural even, he gets to make a revolver attack for free because it's loaded. Izara, you're gonna get attacked with the revolver. That's a nat 2, so that shot just goes wide as he's slashing and shooting. But now he's gonna make his regular standard. Wait, what was that? Oh, there's a natural even miss. So he gets to make an additional attack against a different target. And now he's gonna try shooting Constance, because why not?
Yeah, that's fair.
That will be a 26.
Yeah,
You will take 14 points of damage, and that will be Oinksbane's turn as he just kind of slashes and keeps fanning the hammer. Just it's a pretty cool pistol that he's got, the Confessor. That's well, I meant like if Soren wants to like loot dead bodies at some point. And with that,
He's gonna loot my dead body.
Zara, you're up.
I'm going to Javelin of Faith this pig man.
Because you're on the roof, do note you have a +2 to ranged attacks against ground targets.
Phenomenal. Maybe I'll actually hit something this time. Okay. Plus my wisdom. Hold on. Math is hard. 24, I think?
That'll
Wait,
hit.
no.
If you're in the 20s, it's gonna hit.
Something like that, close enough. It might be a dirty 20. Whatever, it's close enough. And then I probably forgot what this spell did. And that's targeting physical defense.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That'll hit.
Well, I rolled a 1, but it's plus my wisdom, which is 3? Yeah, 4. 4 total points of holy damage.
Oh, you're gonna have to do better than that, love, if you're gonna want to take your Oinksbane down. And with that, Constance, you are up. All right. Go for it. All right, yeah, that'll hit. 8 damage. All right. All right, so you just kind of swing the staff mace around and just catch Oinksbane in the side of the head as the holy light just kind of. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I healed myself.
All right, Shaw, you are up. You got a werebear to deal with still. Soren's gonna get mounched on.
No, I think I can save Soren in this turn. So let's see. I'm gonna first try and stab this bear again.
Go for it.
One more time, around this stupid gullet. And it's the 5th escalation turn, right?
4th.
4th. Okay, never mind. Let me change that modifier. So that'll be a crit.
Yeah, that's enough to actually kill the bear. That's just enough to kill the bear.
And then I would like to use, because I read this wrong, and I'm gonna reread it so you can hear it too. So where the okay, it's called Comeback Strike. That's what was confusing me. Once per battle, as a free action, make another attack with a -2 penalty after your first attack during your turn. And I have it as the adventurer feat, so I no longer take the -2 penalty.
All right, here's how. Once per battle is a free action. Make another attack with a -2 penalty after your first fighter attack during your turn misses. So if you miss, you can make another attack.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Okay, never mind. In that case, I would like to use use Tough as Iron and Rally as a quick action.
Sure. Shaw, you're just standing over the dead lycanthropes and just let out a victorious roar. You know, the townspeople kind of erupt into the Hades style cheering after you beat a certain individual in the underworld.
And then I'm just gonna make my way to the one that's nomming on Soren to try and get his attention.
All right, Soren, you're up and unconscious.
Fail.
All right, you can use Fighting Spirit if you like.
Nah, they got me. I'm good.
All right, Oleander, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna take another slash at Oinksbane with my bone scimitar, and I rolled a freaking nat 20.
Fuck.
Because I'm trying to roll a little ahead so that I can do my math without panicking.
Same.
And that's gonna be a total of 8 damage plus 1 more necrotic.
Nice. All right. And with that, on Oinksbane's turn, he kind of disappears into a puff, and he's like, all right, Mr. All right. You ain't seen the last of Oinksbane, but you know what they say, lose the battle, win the war. And he disappears. He's Oinksbane the Deadly. The werebear drops Soren, and Shaw, you can try and swipe at the werebear as it runs away towards the forest.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Get it, Shaw.
God damn it. 16.
That will not be enough to hit the bear as it runs off into the distance.
Oh no, it's 17. I got a plus.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I got a +1 from Azara for the entire battle.
That one will hit.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Whack.
Whap. And
I forgot to add so much during this fucking match.
It's okay. You took off. You lopped off a bear paw as it was running away. And with that, you stand victorious. The crowd is cheering from beyond the gate that you have saved their farmstead and their harvest and maybe watered their crops with some lycanthropic blood.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah, and with that, we'll go to a quick break as the clairvoyants recover and will re-enter town and be rewarded for their efforts, hopefully.
Adore us!
All right, we'll be right
Oleander
back.
is not Emmy.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Oh man.
My dear Iris, I suppose that at this point it goes without saying that I will not be coming into work at the library for some time. I am sorry that I did not tell you when I was leaving the city. If it brings you any comfort, I did not tell my family either. Actually, perhaps you would not mind letting them know I am okay. I will write them a letter soon too, but I am not ready to tell them what happened yet. Actually, I am not ready to tell anyone, even you. I will one day, I promise. In the meantime, I am traveling with a very interesting group of people. They recently lost a member of the team in a battle, and I have agreed to travel together for some time. I think this is a way I can actually make these necromantic abilities that I have do some good. Maybe I can truly make a difference. I was able to give these people, they call themselves the Caravan, a last conversation with their lost member, a Felper named Stars of Emerald. Though I am used to helping the dead cope with their demise and fates, it is always harder to help those still living learn to do the same. We are traveling to Old Pashnu, the home of Azara, a cleric in the group who worships the astral star. They seek some ancient artifacts called Chaos Gems. This one seems to be known as the Heart Acorn. I am sure you'll have researched all about it before I can send you any more updates, and will know far more than I. We were attacked on the way north, though. A thresh spirit and its servants ambushed us, apparently created and sent to slow us by someone called the Moonlit King, a fey being who has stolen the Heart Acorn. The caravan was most effective in the battle. I have not really had to fight on such a scale before, and it was quite a sight to see how they all worked together. My parents would be impressed. We are taking a night now to rest before continuing our journey. Everyone just went back to sleep after Shaw, an amazingly terrifying fighter, woke us up to share a dream he had. Apparently, Shaw has no memory of their life before just a few months ago, but occasionally gets visions that may be some sort of memories. The information he was able to share makes Soren think Shaw may have some connection to a hero known as the Slayer, who did battle with a mighty dragon in Spelldoom some time ago. Soren seems exceptionally knowledgeable about legends and myths. I admit it is not an area I have had much interest in myself, but perhaps I should take one in the field if it would help with our quests as we travel. I suspect I will have plenty of time to keep up with my reading while we are on the road at least. If only there were more paved roads out here. It has naturally been a bumpy ride in my wheelchair. Zoida is doing her best. I hope things in the library are well. I am sorry that I will not be able to assist during autumn exams. Be well, meine Freunde. Affectionately yours, Oleander.
Alright, we are back.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 11 of WovenRealm, a 13th Age independent broadcaster actual play. Noir, unfortunately, had to say adieu for the evening. Shaw will be going to gloat to the townspeople and give them very graphic detail of the battle, and the townsfolk will be eating every bit of it up. The rest of the party, on the other hand, as you return from the battlefield, Constance, you said you wanted to do something real quick as the party's kind of returning.
Yeah. So Constance is going to, before they leave the battlegrounds, is gonna just like search through her bag and pull out a couple of like empty vials and just collect some of the blood from the lycanthropes. Like, no biggie, no big deal, and just cork them and put them safely back in the bag.
I see this.
If you would like to.
I would like to. Constance, are you siphoning blood from werebears?
Oh, I have been told that it is a common ingredient in many medicinal recipes, and I am collecting it to send back home.
Huh. Say no more. I kind of expected Oleander to kind of, do something like this, frankly, but okay. You're muted.
But yeah, so that's it. She just collects a little blood, and then they head back.
You can have a little blood. as a treat.
As a treat.
There we go. Unexpected John Mulaney. Bada bing. All right. So when you get back to the gate, let me see. Victorious, the guard captain and other townsfolk are greeting you and thanking you profusely. And the guard captain begins insisting, I've got to take you to see Sheriff Worthington. He's going to be so happy about what you've done here.
Oh, we are happy as well.
Yeah, certainly. Leads the way.
All right. Go ahead.
I want Azara to hang back for a minute after they start heading back to the village, and say some prayers for these fallen werebears, because she does not know how willing they were in this whole situation.
And that's fair. I actually did a whole lycanthropy write-up that I can go over eventually. So you begin heading into town and heading towards the Baron's estate. The estate is surrounded by an iron fence, and an orchard of trees surrounds the well-protected stone and wood building. The leaves and branches sway in the light breeze, making that familiar rustling sound of leaves brushing against each other in the wind. You walk up the gravel path winding between trunks until you reach the large manor the sheriff calls his home. Statues of wolves flank the support columns as you enter. Inside, the manor receiving room is large and features a large fireplace with a lounge set up around it, and some tables. An old musket rifle hangs above the fireplace. A deer antler chandelier lights the room with flickering candlelight, and the smell of burning sage fills the air. The proper and reserved man sitting in the chair near the fireplace rises to greet you. He wears a high-necked black shirt and a red jacket. The light reflects from his shaved head, and you notice the bushy brown mustache beneath his nose. A black and blue sash with a silver star brooch pinning it neatly in place lays directly over his shoulder. Mighty kind of you to stop in and handle them werebears. You done Brocktree quite a service. Sheriff Horatio Worthington, and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. He holds out a hand.
I will shake it.
Yep, me too.
And for your
Constance does a deep curtsy holding it.
And for your trouble, I think it's only agreeable that I pay you 200 silver pieces right now for your trouble. And I'm sure any inn or tavern will let you eat and drink for free.
I'm not comfortable accepting payment for this.
I insist. It would be rude to a fellow Pashnu if you did not accept this.
Oh no, he pulled the manners card. She freezes, she's like,
We would not want to be rude. It is very generous of you.
Trust me. What you've done will
For
pay.
Zara?
We'll pay tenfold when we actually can, keep our harvest.
We were glad to be able to assist.
Yes, anything's better than taking any aid from those Kavithian overlords of ours. I'd rather stare a Medusa dead in the eye than grovel to those sunflowers.
Well, you'll get no arguments from any of us, I don't believe.
All right, then. That's good to hear. And how long do you plan on staying in Brocktree, if I don't mind asking?
Oh, I do not know. I kind of look back to everyone else. I think we might have a little recovering to do, yeah? Look at Azara's weird wound.
Yes, indeed. Perhaps we should stay for at least a few days before moving on.
All right. And I'll be sure to keep them gates closed when nighttime and the evening come. Keep them lycanthropes out of town. And I'll make sure to double the guard and keep some gunners on the walls.
Sheriff, do you... Sorry, Lucy, go ahead. Sheriff, do you have any, trained physicians who could deal with this? Just show them my frickin' rads.
Unfortunately, you are in a town in the middle of the forest, my good sir. You're not going to find the kind of physician you're going to need to treat a wound like that.
That's what I was afraid of.
There might be an ointment at the Good Tree Pharmacy.
I'll stop by, thank you.
We heard rumors of increased lycanthrope activity when we were in Wren's Run, I believe. Have you found that to be the case up here?
Only recently more so than... you ask any of the locals around here. That visitor, about a week ago, I'd say. Man dressed in the light of the moon visited here, little black rock tree. Went into the temple, and left. Next eve, a meteor come hurtling out of the sky. And that's fun and strange, because after that meteor come out of the sky, I notice, there's more lycanthropes in these woods. And I know autumn's usually the time they start coming about more, but still. The werebears ain't ever been this bold.
2 questions. Firstly, did the visitor give a name?
Now, the visitor didn't talk to any of us, except them fools in the temple.
And the meteor, did it merely pass overhead or did it touch down?
Came crashing right into the temple ceiling. Didn't you see it on the way in?
So that's what caused the whole...
I take it you didn't stop by and talk to them weirdos, huh?
We did, but they were quite close-lipped.
Yeah, well, that's what you'd expect from them. But, they're supposed to be providing more people with a religious service. And they're not upholding the end of the bargain, you see.
That has begun only since this meteor crashed, though, yes? Or have they... Oh, okay.
They say they're a deep study ritual trying to understand the Lord's message. I don't know how much I buy it, but I usually try to keep a wide berth from the stargazers.
How long has that order been in this town?
Well, let's see. They came down an offshoot of the Deshuba monks up north. Let's see.
Do I know about the Dishuba monks?
Yeah, they're another group of monks that live in Old Pashnu. They're well known for having one of the more advanced observatories of any of the religious orders. They're more of the science-y types. They believe that by studying the cosmos and the stars and growing a deeper understanding of space, they'll get closer to their god. The monks of Deshuba are very much responsible for a large portion of modern understanding of astronomy.
Okay.
And they came here, and that was some months ago.
Well, I respect scholarly study as much as the next person, but...
Well, what they studied, why do you think they left, them monks of the Deshuba up north? Because you've seen them? They ain't the scholarly type.
And it's interesting that they've cloistered themselves away in there.
Well, they think they're interpreting some message. I think they're just looking at a steaming rock. Really, you're better off not going to that place. They're weird over there.
Yes, well... I'm afraid we may not have much choice.
Yeah, well, I always preferred you folk I wish it was Bright Star Abbey folk that moved into town.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, much more civilized and well kept compared to these. Just kind of grumbles. Now, Brocktree is very much yours to roam. As I said, I think everyone should be offering you free food, free drink, free room and board for your trouble. Now, if anyone gives you any trouble, you just let the old Sheriff Worthington know, and I'll take care of it.
Thank you very much.
We certainly will. Yes, thank you very much for your hospitality.
Of course. And as I said, stop on by anytime you need anything.
Sheriff, actually, there is one thing that you could help me with.
What's that?
Just, if anyone comes through looking for Soren is my name, just tell them of the good deeds that I've done for this town, all right?
Oh, I'll be singing y'all God's damn praises all day long.
That's all I ask for. Thank you.
And with that, the captain kind of leads you out. Sheriff's like, yeah, make sure we close up the gates real good tonight, bar them real well, and maybe reinforce. And you're free kind of to do what you will. It's getting to be late in the evening night.
Should we... God.
No, go ahead.
Should we swing by the pharmacy to see if there might be anything to help?
I can do that on my own if you all have better things to do.
I also did get very stabbed.
All right, well, I guess if you're very stabbed too, then we can go.
While
So
they
you
go
make
do
it-
that, yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Constance and Shaw are probably just off training somewhere.
Yeah, I figured Shaw's still talking to townspeople in graphic detail. Oleander, are you doing anything special?
I'll accompany people to the pharmacy
All right.
just to stay with group.
All right. So you enter the Good Tree Pharmacy. It's a happy little shop. A lot of little like dried plants hanging in the windowsills and whatnot. There's a little there's a halfling woman working the counter, and she's wearing like a blue polka dot dress, and she's just kind of like, "Oh, hello, welcome to Good Tree Pharmacy. What can I get you?"
I don't suppose you have anything to treat radiation damage?
Oh, radiation poisoning. I only have this salve here. It's not very great, but it will soothe the pain.
I look at Soren.
How much?
100 silver, and it's yours.
How much we talking soothe-wise? Like, get rid of or just waylay?
Mechanically, your rad score would go down 1.
Okay. So, how much do I know about rads? How fast do I have to treat this before I get, a new arm?
That's just if you take too much more. It's more of like a stacking thing.
Gotcha.
The rads that you have, the cumulative, is just like, oh yeah, you don't get to heal up to that, but you get to heal up to your max HP minus your rads.
Ah, okay.
Like it's the Fallout rads.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take it then, and I'll drink it.
All right. And you're not supposed to drink it. Apply to the irradiated area.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to find someone to help me with that.
Yeah. You go do that. Can I help anyone else?
Actually, yes. I sustained a rather peculiar wound. I was wondering if you might have anything to treat it.
Do you want me to see the wound, or do you want to just describe the wound?
I'll show her the wound. It's just like in my stomach, I think.
Well, she'll take you to like a little back room with a curtain, so you get some medicinal privacy. And the wound, it's not pretty to look at. It kind of sizzles a bit, and it's darkened and a little crusty. That is what in Everensiad were you getting into?
That's a very good question.
What bit you or stung you or?
Some sort of, I believe it was a cursed blade.
Ooh.
Or perhaps just a neglected one.
I don't know much about these wounds. And she kind of gets a book out, starts flipping pages. Ah, that's why. Yeah, this is beyond my level of expertise. You're actually gonna need to find yourself a Felper.
A helper?
Yes, this curse is particular to creatures of their kind.
Well, thank you for your help. And I will tip her some silver, even though she couldn't actually give me anything.
Oh, you are too kind. I didn't actually do anything to help heal you, but still.
Knowledge has value.
Oh, someone who is wise of the ways of healing. And is there anyone else I may assist?
I do not imagine you have any healing potions in stock, do you?
I have one more, 50 silver, and I'll part with it.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Of course.
And if you happen to just have anything for some pains, that would be most appreciated.
Turns around, just gives you a dime bag, and you're at a halfling pharmacy.
Well, that will do, thank you.
May you all have a wonderful day now, or evening, I think. Yes, evening now, and thank you for coming to the Good Tree Pharmacy.
May the astral star bless your path.
Thank you.
And with your
And
spirit,
also
Azara.
with you.
God damn it. Oh, man. All right. Constance, is there anything you wanted to do while training with Shaw? Or?
No, not really. I feel like that's what they would spend their evening doing.
Okay. Does any, so bedtime then, I suppose, unless anyone has anything they want to do before bedtime.
I'll have a chat before bed, I guess.
Who you gonna chat with?
Oleander and Azara, just as we're walking back.
Sure.
So, you two want to party tonight? I mean, we're in Brocktree. I mean,
Well, I mean, what is your idea of a party?
it's a pretty loose definition, but the speakeasy was fun. I mean, we could go back there. We could go check out the Bob and Apple cider house. I feel like I like a good cider.
I mean, I could certainly do with a few drinks after tonight. That was kind of a rough, ride, so to speak, for a bit there. So, Zara?
I'll tag along. Hate pharmacies.
All right. Well, do you want to go to the one we haven't caused trouble in yet?
Sure.
Let's check it out, yeah. Maybe they will have some better drinks.
I liked mine a lot. It was really good.
Did you?
No,
So,
not even I can lie on that one.
So of course the sign that hangs outside the door is like an apple with a bite out of it with a worm coming out of it. And the worm is labeled Bob, and then the apple's labeled Apples.
Amazing.
So when you go in, there is a bugbear behind the counter, and next to the bugbear is a halfling, and the halfling is cooking on a grill purchased recently from Randy Swiftfoot, and the bugbear is serving up drinks. The atmosphere of the tavern, where the speakeasy was very much a speakeasy, this is a more just typical pub type experience where, there's people sitting at tables and low lighting, and it's just kind of quiet chatter amongst the people. And, when more the crowd shows up, it gets a little louder, but it doesn't get as wild as the speakeasy.
Well, this is a good change of pace.
Pleasant.
Good's a word.
Well, a more peaceful one, how about that?
All right. I'm going to go up to the guy with the grill and ask him about it. Hey,
Yes.
friend, what's this contraption you've got here?
So there's this halfling who's behind the grill, got like the backwards hat on, if the equivalent in a fantasy setting. Got like an open shirt and just kind of flipping mushroom burgers onto patties. Just typical burger stuff. Would you like one? I heard you spanked some werebears real good.
I'm good on the food. I was more curious, what did you pay for a magnificent contraption
Fred,
like this?
I had to drop 500 gold on this thing.
Whew, and I still think they were cutting you a deal. That is quite the machine.
Yeah, well, look at this thing go. And he just kind of turns a knob on it. Just...
All right.
You don't get any better than Swiftfoot, I tell you.
I guess not.
I-
Well, great.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
Well, you see, and he kind of leans over to you. It's kind of hard to get Swiftfoot stuff out here in Empire territory, so I lucked out.
All right, where is he based?
Well, he's based in Acorn and Highguard.
I did know that. Yes, shoot. All right. Well, I'll have 3 whatevers for my friends. I'm not really hungry, but
So he just begins just slapping patties onto buns and just, all right, here you go, enjoy. And then go see Burley if you want any drinks.
Burley. All right. I'll bring the food back and sit down with Azar and Oleander.
Thank you, Soren.
Sure. Well, that's thanks for saving my ass present today, I guess.
It looks like you made a new friend, too. Oleander does not take any food.
Ah, shit. Well, I didn't even ask his name. I don't think we're that good of friends. But I did meet the gentleman who sold him that grill, and I was thinking maybe we get one, and it's like a traveling grill. I don't know. Just spitballing here. I think it's a really good business investment that we could all get into. We could retire, Clairvoyant too, am I right? We could just live off the land and Randy Swiftfoot grills.
A pleasant thought.
Is that your long-term goal, Soren, to get into the restaurant business?
No, do you want to know my actual long-term goal? Okay, now I haven't
I
ran
do.
this by Shaw, okay? I have not talked to him about it, but Shaw is my prize fighter. Me and Shaw,
Oh,
I'm
no.
swindling people under the table for way too much money, and Shaw's just knocking everyone out. Me and him could, and of course you're all welcome as well, but we'd be going to a lot of speakeasies, I have a feeling. So if you didn't like the first one, I think it only gets worse.
I mean, the first one's explicitly said no fighting, so I mean...
Ah, shit. A flaw in my plan. Well,
Sorry,
okay.
I do that.
It's a habit.
Well, you know, I mean, why make a bad plan?
No, that's
Good
fair.
point.
Well, okay, I'll do some thinking. I think he'll say yes. I think he'll go for that, but...
What about you, Oleander? Do you have a long-term goal?
Oh, bells these days, I suppose. I don't know. My life plans have sort of changed recently since hitting the road, so to speak. So, you know, I used to think maybe one day I would be running the library back at the Oprix Academy in Rensrun, but I don't think that is in the cards anymore.
I see.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I think I have bigger and better things to do in my future. Eventually, perhaps some unfinished business further into the Empire, but that would be way down the road.
It's dangerous for someone with your skill set to go into the Empire.
Yeah, that would be why I left, actually. So, I'm glad we are not going too much further in for whatever it is we are seeking.
Yeah, so am I.
You know, everyone's always so, oh, the Empire... And Soren's pretty drunk at this point. He hasn't eaten all day. Everyone's always so, oh, the Empire's so evil, and oh, the Maywood Protectorate staving off the Empire, you know? And it's like, what's so great about the Maywood Protectorate? She's kind of the worst anyways, so...
Oh.
Oh, you are from Maywood, that is correct, yeah?
Yeah, and she sucks. The Queen is just the worst, so...
Really? I am not very familiar.
Yeah, do you know how their prison system works?
I mean, on paper, at least. Is
Well,
there...
There fucking isn't one. It's a big hole in the ground with a bunch of monsters, and they throw you in it if you break the law, and then you're stuck there forever, and if you die, you die.
Well, that is pretty messed up, even by Empire standards.
That's what I'm saying.
Just all criminals get thrown in a pit full of monsters forever?
Yes, it's called the Endless Tunnels. You should see it. It's quite the sight. I've had a few friends go down myself. Never had the guts to chase after them, but wish I had.
That is terrible.
Yeah, so anyways, also a monster. Yes, the Empire sucks. You know, you can't practice necromancy, but...
There's more than just necromancy, but it does sound
Sure,
like
yes.
both these kingdoms and empires are big piles of size of a slice it.
I agree. I'm not defending the Empire by any means, don't get me wrong. I would like to see that topple as well, but...
I would not say that quite so loud here. We are on the outskirts, but...
Yeah, it's definitely worth noting Soren is just shooting his mouth off as loud as he can.
Power does strange things to people.
Well, anyways, I've probably said too much.
Probably.
But, yeah, I hope you two have a lovely evening. I'm going to go find someone that can help me apply this salve.
Look.
Good luck with that.
And probably for the first time ever, Azara actually is having a drink. Like a real drink.
Oh, wait, never
Aw.
mind. I'm totally staying.
I'll put the salve on myself. So
Yeah,
I
I'll
can see
figure it
this.
out.
Yes.
Don't mind me.
I mean,
Sword,
if you
right.
really do need help, I have medical credentials.
No, it was more of like a... Never mind.
I
It's-
guess it was a sexual innuendo, but
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
It's
just
way
got
better
weird.
when you explain it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
my sworn duty to help people in need.
you enjoy your drinks at the lack of food at the cider house. Constance, is there anything you're doing while your friends are having a good time?
Probably not, honestly. Maybe just like writing a letter back to Mother Superior, or I don't know. Shaw went off to shower or to bed or something, and Constance was left alone, and she doesn't know what to do with herself.
Okay.
So she probably writes a letter to Mother Superior, and then just like people watches in the speakeasy.
Okay. So, everyone, you enjoy your nights, and you eventually find rest, and are refunded your 1 silver for saving the town. When you're snuggling nicely in your bed, actually it's the bunk bed buddies, Zara, your night is not that restful. You're having terrifying nightmares of like eldritch horrors just reaching out of the stars and just like trying to like just grab hold of the planet and eat it. It's bad. It's so you're gonna only get half of your hit points back on the recovery from this rest.
And is that necrotic damage lingering, or?
No, that'll be gone because the combat's over. But basically, with this curse, you will only heal up to half your max.
I'm above half my max.
So, okay, then.
Won't heal.
Nope. Constance,
Yes.
you also have a dream that night.
Ooh.
It's an unfamiliar place you find yourself standing in. Hold on. I need to set the tone for myself. Alright, hold on. I actually have to also find where my notes for it went. Alright, bear with me for 1 moment.
No, we did the bears already, Alex.
Fuck!
No more
Hey.
bears.
Hey, now, you leave those bears alone.
We started it.
Hey, how did I lose that thing? So sorry, everyone. That moment when you lose like some of your notes because for some reason they disappeared on you.
Hey, remember that time that Chris made us fight bears, and then we made his life a living hell for like a solid half an hour?
Yes. All right, so Constance, you find yourself in a room that's not familiar to you, but you are very young. So young that it's probably difficult to remember these years of your life. But you're not home. You're not, at least as far as you know, you're not in Eternal Trust, or at least you're not in Eternal Trust that's in the town area. There's no light here, except for the light from the Aether torches that hum against the walls here. And you're kind of in another room. As you see Mother Superior, she's talking to a figure shrouded in shadows. You can tell that they wear kind of like a brimmed hat and a long coat. And the silhouette kind of has like a bit of there's like a sharp point from the silhouette, and you're not really sure what causes that. And that's when Mother Superior will begin speaking to this individual.
I will be playing the part of Mother Superior. Tell me, what is her progress?
The subject is beginning to show signs of sight beyond sight.
Why can't I see her yet? Surely I, a clairvoyant myself, would know if she has the gift.
Because, Temperance, my work here is delicate. It requires patience and caution. One simple error or miscalculation, and we're back to the beginning. We're back at square one. I'm so close. So close.
Just let me see her. I want to see Fate's beauty.
Fine. You may look, but you are not to discuss the subject of clairvoyance with my subject. We are still working on some conditioning. Little lamb, would you please come here and greet our guest? And Constance, you feel your young self stand up and walk towards the other room. and that's when the dream will end.
Don't like that. I mean, I knew it was coming, but I still don't like it. That's a weird not memory thing that my brain just made up. Gonna suppress that. Just push that
Sorry,
down.
your fellow players are freaking out in the private player chat right now. Like, what the fuck?
Please voice your thoughts.
Whomst? That's pretty much our thoughts. Whomst, though?
Familiar in a bad way.
Yeah, I didn't like that voice too much, Alex. I gotta say.
Sorry?
Yeah.
No, in like an afraid way.
We're laughing, but we're terrified on the inside.
I understand.
That's how we cope.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. I completely understand.
Yeah, Constance is just gonna suppress that again. Just stuff that right back where it belongs.
And Azara, when you're both kind of awake from your bad dreams,
Is there
you hear
a
the sound of
beatboxing
heartbeating.
horse in here?
You hear the sound of heartbeats very loud, and from your bag where you keep the Heart of Dreams is glowing chromatically.
I will pull it out.
It is glowing fantastically. It sparkles and shimmers, and it's like pumping, and it's kind of like oozing like this like pinkish fluid from where like, you know, the aorta and the veins would be for this heart, and it just keeps on pumping.
What's wrong with you?
And it just kind of slows down as you're like looking at it, and as you're both kind of coming to your senses and are awake.
I clean up the fluid.
Okay.
I hated saying that sentence. So
Phrasing.
didn't like that. About what time is it?
Oh, it's perfect time. It's actually the morning. It's like that like 30, 20 minutes before your alarm would go off, that just annoying enough of amount of time where you can't get back to sleep, but the day has to begin.
Azara wakes up too early, far too early on a regular basis, but she probably actually didn't today, so it is what like reasonable humans would call time to be awake.
Yes.
And she looks like shit.
Oh.
Which does not look good.
Constance looks fine, if a little forced. Just big smiles.
All right, I'll say it. What's wrong with you two? I like to think we've been sitting eating breakfast for like 30 minutes just staring at each other across the table.
That is exactly what happens.
Oh my
Just
god.
silently cutting eggs.
Oleander doesn't eat, so they just stare.
I really shouldn't drink.
Oh, is that what alcohol does? It gives you bad dreams?
Sometimes.
I had an alcohol once yesterday. Oh no.
Where
also
were you
have
last
bad
night?
Dreams.
I was training.
Yeah, wait. You had an alcohol while training? I should have gone
No!
training.
No, this was at the speak. This was early when we first got here.
No,
And I had a beverage that
oh.
was the opposite of what Soren had ordered. It was still fairly yucky, but I did drink it.
alcohol and other perception-altering substances tend to make my clairvoyance act up. And I get, voices and strange dreams and things.
That would explain things. Okay. Then what my brain made up was
So-
just one big figment of my imagination because of my clairvoyance and the alcohol. This all makes sense.
What was the? Because you had that drink around lunchtime, the
Yes.
effects should have worn off by the time we were in bed.
Oh, it is fine.
Yeah, they
My
do
brain
not last for
obviously
very
just
long.
created this fictitious event in my head. It is okay.
Created what?
It nothing. It was I would rather not talk about things that are not even real.
All right. Well, I still want to swing by the temple again today to see if they've finished their prayer session.
That is a fantastic idea.
All right, then we need to talk about alcohol and things. But anyways,
What do you want to talk about?
well, I'm just confused because, like, if you both know, it's not really your thing, and we still kind of partook in it, and now I feel bad because I was there, like, enjoying that.
I mean, I had one drink because I felt sorry for myself.
Why'd you feel sorry for yourself? Anyways, we don't.
And I
It's
had one
breakfast.
because there was no water.
Yeah, also there was no water.
We could have got. Okay. Well, to the church.
So you make your way through town, walking fast, faces past, and you're temple bound. You approach the temple again, and this time the doors open as you walk towards. The abbot greets you, flanked by other priests. They look like they haven't slept in days, and they reek as if they've forgotten what bathing might be. Welcome back, travelers. I pray the stars has lit your path.
Hello?
Welcome back. You look unwell, child of the star.
Rough night.
Well, would you like to see our Lord's work?
I would.
Your friends must wait here, for they are not faithful. They would not,
Sorry, heathens!
they would not understand our Lord's purpose.
You're right about that, my friend.
Well, that is fine by me. You will be okay, Azara?
I'll be fine.
We will take good care of the fellow faithful. You have nothing to be concerned about.
Do you want my gun so you can shoot that guy in case he's...
I'll be alright.
Alright.
Follow us then, child of Bright Star Abbey.
I follow them.
Leander just whispers, I did not expect to get out creeped here.
Zara the abbot and his retinue of robed priests guide you into the dimly lit temple. The place has been left a mess by the monks. Shelves and books are toppled over, and you gaze at the wide column of light streaming into the temple thanks to the hole above. There's an aroma of roses as you wander the place. And thank the star, too, because these monks are greasy and they smell... that smell is a bit overbearing. Ooh, that smell. You notice vines clinging to the walls inside. Thorns, leaves, and flowers poke out from the vines that reach across the stone temple. As you are guided deeper into the temple, you begin to descend stairs into a lower section. The stairs wind down, and the aroma of roses, as well as that sharp, weedy smell of plants we're all very familiar with, becomes almost overbearing. You hear fluttering come from below as a bluish glow pulses, really bringing out the bluish tones of your violet hair. The monks beckon you forward enthusiastically and begin chanting, "Visitor of the stars, of the celestial realm, the vault in the night sky, you gave us a gift and certain instructions for your will. Thresh and sow for thee." And you look back to the end of the basement level where a massive plant grows in the back. This massive rose plant is the source of the creeping vines throughout the temple. Vines reach up like snakes with toothy maws on their ends, and within the center of this giant rose flower, at the top of this thorny stalk, is the form of a twisted dryad woman. She has a bark skull that kind of forms a shell around her face, and her claws end in thorny tips. She rises out of the rose plant, glowing a chromatic array of colors. Long red hair descends from the top of her head, and she's covered in petals from the roses. Magnificent is she not? The
What is
visitor
this?
brought her to us to do the stars' work. A blessing from the stars, Izara.
Who is she?
Who is she but the visitor's gift? Someone to help us bring the souls closer to our Lord.
This is not the work of the astral star.
It most certainly is, for his visitor came to us and said he would send a message and a gift. And here's his gift. And the
What
message.
was his message?
Hmm?
What was his message?
Thresh and sow for thee.
Say again.
Thresh and sow for thee. What they were chanting, the last line, thresh and sow for thee, like thee, Thee.
Thresh and sow for thee. Sow as in S-E-W?
S-O-W.
S-O-W. Oh, okay.
It's a farming metaphor.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If you want to give a nature check on the flower creature before
would.
you at this point, you can add your Fey background to this one.
Good. How did I... here it is. Misplaced my dice. Okay. Is this intelligence?
Yes.
Plus Fey. 22.
All right, you actually do know what this is exactly. I'm going to have to get this set of notes open. Glad I had that. This, Izara, you have read about these because, you know, the region you came from had a very heavy Fey influence. This creature is an Alerna Dusk Rose. The old songs of Alandi bards tell of the jealous hag Alerna. She longed for what Yaksha, Summer's Duchess, held within her court of the Sylvan Grove of the Southern Bloom. Alerna longed to have daughters of her own, like Yaksha's dryads. And it is said Alerna stole the seeds of unborn dryads, and these seeds grew into what became the Alerna Dusk Roses. Dusk Roses appear as a massive plant with a large rose as its focal point, and, well, I just described it to you. Her essence is connected, the Dryad's essence is connected to the rose, as the legends say Alerna sowed her daughter's seeds in the gardens of her estate in the withering west. Even when removed from their rose, their Dryad is still bound to it. Their fey nature, mixed both with Dryad and hag's magic, makes them a fearsome foe. Like their Dryad kin, they hold a swaying command over the natural world, especially those of plants. Dusk roses also implement jaws they can grow on viney growths to keep pesky fighters like Shaw back, and they also command a vast array of magic. Some theories suggest some dryads willingly turn themselves over to the hag matron Alerna. Regardless, the wicked daughters of the Chaos Hag do not fall far from the proverbial apple tree. Due to their mother's nature, the Dusk Roses are also thought to have talents with animancy, the magic of soul manipulation. If an Alerna Dusk Rose has been summoned, two things are certain. One, a powerful fae is involved, and two, chaos magic is afoot. A favorite tactic of the Dusk Roses is to pose as a beautiful dryad to lure folk in, and then, like the Shrike, pin their prey on the thorns of the rose plant.
Without another word, Azara turns and runs.
And as you turn and run out of the temple, the priestess says to himself, "Oh, dear child of the stars, prepare yourself for unforeseen consequences." And that's, well, roll credits. That's
Roll
where we
credits.
end.
Roll credits.
Oh
Thank
my
you, everyone, for joining us for this wonderful episode of WovenRealm, episode 11, Unforeseen Consequences. And thank you, everyone who has donated so far. We have crushed our goal for the our Pride Month charity event, the Transgender Law Center, to help fight for those laws that do matter to make sure people still have rights. We've so far raised $760 plus the bits and subs that have been donated so far. Keep the love going. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll go around real quick, talk about who we are, where you can find us, what we do, and Noir, as I said, he had the dip, but you can find him on all those things at The Noir Enigma and Critical Misses, where he does lots of cool stuff. Sam, you're up next.
Sure. Hey everyone, I am Sam. I was playing Oleander today. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am the Samwise Game G here on Twitch. I am the accessibility director here at Chromatic Chimera. You can see me right back here on Mondays with the folks at No Initiative. We are off between our seasons, but we will be back Monday, July 5th with the 5th and final season of Quest to the Soaring City. We also have some new podcasts coming out, so make sure to check us out on Twitter at No Initiative TV. I'm also a player in Protean Cities Comics, The Incidentals, and otherwise you can just find me kicking out here.
Nice. AJ, who plays Constance.
Hello, I am AJ, and I mostly just hang out here, so if you want to see my face more, come back on Wednesdays. And I'm our creative director, and I tech the show. If you want to find me in other places, you can do so at Jarbreaker Dice on the Twitters, where I post pretty dice sometimes.
Nice. Lucy, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Lucy. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bluebird Draws. I do a lot of character art. I did the character art for the show. Sorry about the dog. You can also find me on Fat Dragon Gaming. We are Fat Dragon Gaming 2020 on Twitch every Thursday, running a 5th edition pirate-themed D&D game called Ladies Legacy. And usually you can find me on Saturdays playing JR the Twi'lek Operative in our 5e Scum and Villainy campaign. Unfortunately, we are currently on a mid-season break, but we will be back soon.
All right.
That's me.
Alrighty then. Chris.
Hello, I am Chris. I want to do more on the channel, but I am currently not. So you can find me on Wednesdays. I wish I had more time.
Same though. Hi, I'm Alex, aka Mr. Puddins. You can just find me here doing all kinds of cool stuff. I was gonna have some more fun plans for this month, but this month got unexpectedly really busy for me. Really busy. So right now, WovenRealm's my main focus, as you can tell. Thank you everyone who's come so far to see what we have to offer. This is some of our finest storytelling, I personally think. And the people at Pelgrane Press must think so too, because we are independent broadcasters of the publishers of the game, 13th Age, and for the system, with their blessing. And so if you go to their site and want to order some 13th Age materials, our code Chromatic. You can check that stuff out there. I do highly recommend this system. It's really fun. It's easy to hack. Really loose and fast for a GM like me who doesn't want to memorize all of that crap. So it's a really fun system. It's a really good, I call them D&D alternatives, D20 fantasy game. It's designed by the guys who made one of the lead designers of 3.5 and the lead guy behind 4E, and it kind of takes the best of... it's kind of like if 5E had a little bit more 4E influence in it, and personally, I think it's fucking dope. So I think you should check it out, honestly. If you're looking for a new game to play, this might be it. The classes are a lot of fun, and this is the first time I've looked at a system and said, fuck, fighters are cool as shit. Anyway, we're gonna go raid our friend, Mr. Matthew Foreman of Dice Priory fame, because I love him. And you have to deal with it, because I'm running the show right now. So... drop in, I don't know, what do we want to drop it? Uwus in the chat?
Uwus in the chat, always.
I mean, always Uwus in the chat.
All right, join us next week as we come back with the next episode of WovenRealm, episode 12, The Harvest.
Oh, good. Thanks, I hate it.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.